this is a bump in the road for us, certainly a significant one that we are not pleased about. The delays and the impact that has had on a community that was really looking forward to a Western Canadian Baseball League team.
Welcome to episode 398 of Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast. I'm Joe McFarland. We're going to forego our usual news segment this week to talk about the news story of this past week, the Western Canadian Baseball League giving the Energy City Cactus Rats approval to play their first game at Energy City Metro Ballpark, albeit without fans. The field of play is finally ready to be played on, but the seating and concourse are not. This project has been a long time in the works thanks to all kinds of delays, which have fueled speculation and rumors while also frustrating fans and, as it turns out, the WCBL. Now, if we rewind the tape to Friday, the league released a statement with a list of 3 expectations from the Cactus Rats after their scheduled home opener was rained out. Then their next game against Sylvan Lake last Wednesday was delayed due to, quote, facility approvals. As it turned out, the team did not have an occupancy permit to have anyone in the ballpark for games. Beyond that, the field didn't meet league expectations either. That turned a lot of heads, leading to the statement asking for, quote, a detailed plan outlining the specific steps they'll be taking to bring the facility into full compliance with the league's minimum facility standards, a concrete and realistic timeline for the full completion of all required stadium facilities, and plans for satisfying all outstanding financial obligations to the league. They set a deadline for Tuesday night, which was when the board would be meeting to make a determination regarding play at the stadium. The team announced Sunday it had been granted the occupancy permit, so it was ultimately up to the league to make a final determination. A site tour was done on Tuesday with at least one governor and a pair of umpiring officials for a thorough review of the playing surface, and Tuesday night the league heard all previous issues had been resolved. As a result, the governors voted unanimously to allow the Cactus Rats to host all home games at Energy City Metro Ballpark for the remainder of the 2026 season. In that late-night statement, League President Kevin Kavami said, quote, we have seen the progress made by the Cactus Rats organization over the last number of days with fulfilling facility and league obligations, as well as the presentation of a plan to carry the ballpark project to completion. For the good of the league, we feel it is important to give the Cactus Rats organization enough runway to do that. Wednesday night, the Okotoks Dogs came to town for the very first game, which the Cactus Rats lost 4-1. The contest ended after 6 innings on account of darkness, thanks to a couple of rain delays and the stadium lights not yet being operational. The Cactus Rats are next scheduled to host Fort McMurray for a trio of games this weekend, weather permitting, so we shall see how things play out. That all being said, Kavami met with members of the media Wednesday morning for a 45-minute virtual news conference, and we thought we'd bring you some of the main points. We'll start with an answer he gave to a question about what might happen if the Cactus Rats run into any more delays or if they don't live up to promises made going forward.
Speculation on this is really, like I said last week, if I could have told you last week that I was expecting a robust board meeting, and if I had told you one of the options was a unanimous decision by the board, I would have thought I was imagining that, but it actually did happen, and the board came together to make that decision. So I really hate to speculate on what they would do if these targets aren't met. I mean, I can tell you that they were frustrated by the delays that have happened to this date, both for the league's sake, for the players and the staff of the ball club in Spruce Grove, and obviously for the fans and the people that have invested in this project since day one. So that's where we're kind of at. So I think the board will take it seriously if that is the case.
Kavami did point out the board's approval is attached to a few conditions, including weekly updates for governors and regular communication with the community in Spruce Grove from owner Pat Cassidy.
I think that sometimes he is a very optimistic individual and likes to think that things are going to happen in a very timely or quick fashion. And quite often those timelines don't actually materialize. And I think that's part of what has caused some of the problem here, because he believed that he is going to be able to accomplish things in a much faster fashion than either funding or regulatory problems or supplier issues or whatever happens causes delays. And I think that the league wants that honesty. So I think that he's probably trying to make sure that he doesn't say something or get cornered onto trying to promise something that isn't going to happen in the coming days or weeks. I think he wants to see it happen and then show that it's happened.
Gavami also said that the league is being cautious about this. It's all part of a process and that governors want to see progress regularly. The next step will be getting those lights on. Then the focus will shift to the fan experience. The entrance area needs to be built out. The seats need to be installed, all that kind of thing. And he admits that it hasn't come along as fast as anyone wanted.
This is a bump in the road for us. Certainly a significant one that we are not pleased about. The delays and the impact that has had on a community that was really looking forward to a Western Canadian Baseball League team, and a community that is we value having part of our league. So I think there has been some damage to the image of the league and obviously to the club in Spruce Grove more so, just because of the promises that have been made and then not fulfilled due to many reasons. Our hope is that the best way forward for those promises eventually being honored is to take the action that we have taken and to ensure that moving forward, the reputation of the team is rebuilt. The trust is rebuilt in the community, and the trust is rebuilt in the league. And if we can help to direct that messaging, then that's what we're going to do to get back to where the Western Canadian Baseball League wants to be, is on the playing field watching our tremendous ball teams play games.
A lot of the focus from the reporters, and rightfully so, was on the fan base and community partners in Spruce Grove and surrounding area, which has been waiting since 2020 when the then Edmonton Prospects first announced they were moving to the city. He says the Friday statement and the meeting on Tuesday reiterated that the team needs to do a better job on not just transparency, but rebuilding and owning its reputation in the community, and that includes those who bought tickets initially but now want refunds.
We did have our legal counsel look at that type of thing, and that would be a tremendously difficult hole to go down, as the league doesn't assume any responsibility for any sponsors, tickets, or that the individual franchises in the league sell. And I'm sure that's the case in any professional or summer college type environment. We have encouraged Pat and the organization to be as transparent as he can with the fans, and to ensure that he has policies and understanding for the people that have purchased these packages and can look after them in the coming months. I think that should be something that they come out with a clear direction on what they want to do with that. And I think like I said, I think our goal as the league is let's get through this playing season, and then we'll get to September and see where things align at that point. And, I think that the best way for those fans to be either reimbursed or compensated or have their investment or whatever you want to call it honored, is to give the Cactus Rats the runway to get this done.
One other focus from the reporters was on the what if, and if the Cactus Rats don't meet the expectations of the league. Kavami reiterated a few times that the weekly status reports will be compiled throughout the summer and will be revisited in the fall. For now, the league's focus is on making sure the schedule plays out in its entirety while giving the Cactus Rats players the opportunity to play baseball as they were promised initially. He says it's not ideal for fans and the league understands that, but he's hopeful that this step will allow for another step to be taken in the right direction in making that fan experience happen sooner rather than later. On a personal note, this is one of those stories that kind of goes against the founding framework of Dugout Stories in that we always wanted to celebrate the game of baseball. However, as years have gone on, we've become a trusted source for baseball information across Alberta and now Saskatchewan, so we felt it was important to cover this story as well, despite the negativity surrounding it, especially in the community of Spruce Grove and the surrounding area. They've waited a long time for this stadium to get built, and hopefully they get the answers they've been looking for and the resolutions they want so that one day we can all celebrate the opening of another major ballpark in this province. Until then, our pledge will be simple. We'll continue monitoring the situation and provide updates as they come along. And as we always say, thank you for trusting us in telling the stories of baseball in Alberta and Saskatchewan. That's going to do it for the news. And as mentioned, we'll get back to that regular cadence with a full rundown of the news next week. When we come back on this episode, though, we have a quartet of guests set to join us here on Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast. Jump.ca is your SaskTel authorized dealer and a proud supporter of Saskatchewan Dugout Stories. Jump.ca has all your bases covered with SaskTel wireless, internet, TV, and home security services. Bring it all together at one of their 18 Jump.ca stores across Saskatchewan. Jump.ca, your SaskTel authorized dealer. Welcome back to the show, and we'll stay in the Western Canadian Baseball League as we follow Ian on his baseball adventures in our continuation of In the Dugout. Last week we heard from players with the Moose Jaw Miller Express and Swift Current 57s. This time around, it's the Regina Red Sox and Medicine Hat Mavericks. We'll start in Regina, where the Red Sox are the defending WCBL champions. There's high expectations with the new ownership group, Queen City Sports and Entertainment, who've taken the reins for their first full season. With the hopes of getting back to the dance in 2026, they brought back a healthy stable of veterans, including Justin Simard. The California native hit .271 with 13 RBI in 29 games for Regina last summer and is hoping to be an even bigger piece this season.
Joined by Justin Simard, Regina Red Sox playoff hero last year. Actually, why don't we start there, man? Was you had a pretty wild and pivotal at bat in that game too.
I did.
Infield single, but man, walk me through the emotions of just that play, and have you kept a lot of memories from that?
I mean, yeah, it was last year as a whole was a phenomenal year, and I mean that at bat, I don't really remember much of it if I'm being honest, kind of blacked out in the moment, but it was just, I mean, great base running, clutch hitting, and it was pretty awesome.
Yeah. What did it mean to you to just to see it through and win that thing? You guys were kind of underdogs going into the playoffs, and then the story just kind of grew.
Yeah, I mean, it meant a lot for us. I mean, losing Jesse at the beginning of the year, it meant a lot for our program. So I was really happy to see it through.
Tell me about that time since we saw you last summer to now. What school were you going to, and how did your season go?
I was at the University of Missouri St. Louis Division II school out in St. Louis, Missouri. Our season went really well. We won our conference tournament, made it to a regional, ended up losing it there, but overall it was a pretty great year.
Yeah, and then you've been in Regina for a few seasons now. How does a kid from California end up in Regina, Saskatchewan?
I mean, just Rye recruiting us and just ended up here and having some fun playing ball.
Awesome. Give me a scouting report on you, both defensively and as a hitter.
I mean, as a hitter, my job's just to get on base, and I'm going to do whatever I can to get on base. And defensively, make all the easy plays and make some of the hard ones. It's pretty simple. Try to keep it as simple as I can.
We're just about to embark on the start of the season here. What are the feels like? It's a little bit different than a school season, right? Coming up here.
Absolutely.
What kind of feels do you get coming to the ballpark? And
I mean, there's just the first part, the fans. There's a lot of fans, more than most schools get these days. So I mean, it's definitely fun playing in front of all these fans, and new team, new people. A lot of returners this year. Some are coming up a little bit later, but yeah, I'm excited to get things rolling.
Awesome. A few fun ones for you. What's your favorite ballpark food?
My favorite ballpark food? Honestly, I like the poutine. The poutine here.
The second guy.
I really do like the poutine here.
Johnny Vulcano gave the same answer. So are you loading that up like he does, or are you keeping it pretty
simple?
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
original.
Yeah, awesome.
The original one.
Favorite baseball movie?
Favorite baseball movie? Probably Bo Durham. I like that
Good
one.
choice. Yeah, that's a classic. It's a total classic. Favorite ballpark that either you played in or Major League?
Favorite ballpark that I've played in? I don't know, but my favorite ballpark is Fenway Park.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of favorite one that I've played in.
Are you a Red Sox fan in more ways than one?
I am a Red Sox
Okay,
fan,
yeah, awesome. And last question for you: what would it mean to you to win another championship and just defend the title from last year?
I mean, again, it'd be great for the fans, and it'd be great to go out with my career as a two-time champion in Regina. So that would be really fun.
Awesome.
So we can get that done.
Thanks for your
Thank you.
time. Yeah, appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Another veteran the Red Sox will be leaning on is on the hill in Regina native Colton Bank. He went 0-2 with a 6.26 ERA and 11 appearances, including 3 starts in 2025, striking out 24 and 27 plus. He too will be taking on a bigger role with the pitching staff.
Colton, actually, why don't we start with where you're coming from? Which school did you come from, and how did it go this season?
Well, this year I took a gap year. I was previously at a school in Valley City, North Dakota, and then next year I'm going to go to Miles City, Montana.
And in terms of the Red Sox, you've been with them, is this year 2, 3? Where were you at?
This is my second full season with them, but my 4th year total with the club here.
Okay. And how's it feel to be a champ and coming in as a defending champion?
It feels good, having the target on your back, always love it. Love being feared, being at the top, so right where I want to be.
Yeah, and opening day, opening week, we're started the season. What's the feels like? What do you like most about being back at the ballpark?
I'm just ready to play the game I love. I'm really excited to be here, and then I just love playing the game, so I'm ready for it to start rolling.
Yeah. Walk us through your arsenal on the mound. What pitch selection do you got, and how hard can you throw it, and what's your favorite pitch?
I throw a 4-seam fastball, a 2-seam, a curveball, a slider, and then I've been working on a splitter this off season. Usually sitting probably middle 8s, I would say, and then my favorite pitch is, I'd say probably a slider. I can throw that whenever, so I got a lot of confidence in that pitch there.
Coach Rye said you kind of got utilized as both a starter and a reliever. Do you have a preference which one you're doing?
Personally, I do like starting more, but I honestly don't care if I'm starting, relieving, or closing. I just like throwing, so it doesn't matter to me.
Go through a couple fun ones for you. Favorite ballpark food?
Probably candy bag. Always been a candy bag guy.
Oh, yeah, nice. Favorite baseball movie?
Baseball movie, probably Sandlot.
Yeah, good choice. Really good choice. Favorite, or do you have a song, like an intro song? Like if you had one, what would it be? Like your
well, I don't remember what I chose for this year, but previous years my go-to's been All of the Lights by Kanye West.
Okay, yeah. And then what? Conversely, like what are you listening to? What gets you hyped up leading into the game?
I listen to a lot of music. Like bus ride up here, it changed from country, rap, like all sorts. It doesn't really matter. Anything I listen to will get me going.
Yeah. You're starting on the road this season. What do you like about being on the road? What's the fun part about being a road warrior?
I love being enemy number 1, so it's always good being enemy on the road, and then hopefully we can silence fans and get a win.
Yeah.
It makes it way much better coming home to the fans after having big wins on the road.
Awesome. Any goals that you've set personally for yourself this season?
Just mainly just keep having fun, keep playing the game I love, but hopefully, come away with another championship.
Yeah. Last question for you. What would it mean to you to win another championship?
It felt unreal. It meant the world just growing up in Regina and then always watching them growing up. It just was so unreal to be a part of that team and win one for the city.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a
Enjoy
good
the
one.
game. Yeah.
And in the other dugout, the night Ian stopped through was the Medicine Hat Mavericks. And like Regina, they have a veteran-laden squad that will be looking to get into their first championship since 2023. Among those vets is Vauxhall Academy grad Johnny Vulcano. He hit .262 with a homer and 23 RBI in 38 games last summer.
Johnny, why don't we start with just what school you're coming from and how that season went?
I come from Doane University. We had a really good year. This year we won our conference, won the conference tournament, and then won our region for the first time in school history. Nice. So we got to make an appearance in Lewiston at the World Series. Yeah, making school history. We had the school record in wins, I think highest batting average. So yeah, we just had an unreal year, and I was just so glad I was able to be a part of it.
Nice. You come to Athletic Park now. This is year 4 for you, your final season year. What are the feelings like coming here, knowing that this is kind of last season in this beautiful ballpark?
Yeah, I'm gonna miss it when it's all said and done. But you know, since the start of the year right now, I'm just really excited to see this place packed with fans and just playing good competitive baseball, having lots of fun with new guys.
Yeah, with it being the start of the season, what is what are the feels like just coming to the ballpark and being, hey, we got another season coming? It's a little bit different than the school year, right?
Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely a lot more games. I just love it, man. I just can't stop smiling ever since we got here today. Yeah, just been smiling all day and just really excited to meet the new guys, especially the younger guys, kind of show them like what Mavs baseball is all about, how to get better defense and offense and stuff like that, and just really getting to know their personalities and what they're like.
You played with 2 of your brothers last year. You got another brother here this season. How does a family from Surrey, BC end up connecting with Medicine Hat in this way?
Well, I definitely going to Vauxhall Academy definitely played the biggest role. When I was there as a 16-year-old in grade 11, Greg Morrison, the owner of the Mavs, he was our physiotherapist. So he would drive out from Medicine Hat once a week, work on us on Mondays, and then in my third year of school, I took a redshirt year because I had a class that didn't transfer from my junior college, so I wasn't able to play in the spring. And I reached out to a few Wick Bowl teams, and Mo was one of the guys that said he would take me, and I didn't have any stats from that spring, so he kind of like went on a bit of a limb taking me, and I'm really glad that he did. And yeah, I'm just glad I was able to come to Medicine Hat. And then once I went that year, my family had already been living in Vauxhall, so driving an hour to come play here is definitely, it's no big deal.
Did he realize at the time that he was maybe recruiting not just one Vulcano kid?
No, I don't think so. When he first called me, I think he recognized the name for sure. I told him I was in grade 11 when he was there because that was his last years at Vauxhall being a physiotherapist for my last 2. So he remembered the name, but yeah, reconnecting like that was awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Give us a bit of a scouting report on you as a player, both as a fielder first and then as a hitter as well.
Yeah, primary shortstop. I love playing shortstop, something that I've worked pretty hard at in my life and something I continually am getting better at. I feel like I could say I'm probably a defensive first shortstop. Yeah. I do swing it pretty good, I think. I like to hit the ball hard. But yeah, I just like playing good shortstop and then, hitting the ball hard.
Yeah, awesome. Any goals that you have for this season, either individually or team-wise as well?
No, none individually. Obviously, definitely want to win it all with the Mavs, especially in my last year. That would mean the world to me. But as far as goals for the season, I'm always trying to get better as a baseball player, but more importantly as a person. So playing summer ball, it gives you plenty of opportunities to do that. Whether you have a good game and the crowd's loving you, or you have the worst game of your life and you come up these stairs and there's 50 kids waiting for you to sign autographs. You gotta kind of fake it, and because these kids they're paying money to come watch you play and they look up to you, right? So if you have a good game or a bad game, taking the emotion out of it and being a good guy to these kids and still being a role model, it definitely helps you out.
Expand on that a little bit. You talk about being a good person there. What does that mean to you? There's the personal interactions with the fans, but what else? I assume there's other stuff in the community as well that comes along with that. Yeah,
definitely just, treating everyone with respect, just because it's easy. I feel like it's pretty easy to kind of get a bit of an ego when you're playing summer ball, especially in a city where, the biggest thing in the summer, the biggest sport they have in this city is the Mavs baseball. So we get a lot of attention from fans, and, we show up to these player appearances and they're kind of treating us like celebrities. So it's easy to get a bit of an ego, but just reminding myself that, everyone here, we're all human beings, right? And just because you're good at baseball doesn't mean that being good at something else means less. You know what I mean? Just because you're good at baseball, it doesn't mean that doesn't really necessarily mean anything in life, but being a good person goes a long way, and you can be a good person and take that into any field.
Yeah. A few fun ones for you. Favorite ballpark food?
Favorite ballpark food? I'd probably say probably in Canada it's got to be a poutine.
Nice
poutine at the ballpark.
Yeah. And what are you putting on that thing? Is it just the straight up?
I'd probably have to go like fully loaded. Maybe with like some bacon. Yeah.
Favorite baseball movie?
Favorite baseball movie? That's a tough one. I'd probably have to go I mean, Benchwarmers is a classic. Can't really. It's not the most serious movie, but
Yeah.
definitely one of my favorites. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'll probably just go with Benchwarmers for
Yeah,
now.
that's all good.
Little stuff.
Do you have a favorite ballpark, either within one that you played in or one that you've gone to as a fan?
I'd say my favorite park in this league is definitely Medicine Hat.
Yeah.
Especially in the East, like 100%. But playing here has been a lot of fun. The crowds that we get and like how into the games they are, I feel like is a little bit different than some other parks. Some other parks you show up to, you know, they might have a big crowd, but there's only a handful of them who really knows what's going on. It seems like in Medicine Hat, if I see something wrong on the field, I'm looking up to the crowd. They're all pointing at the same thing. It makes me feel pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Major League parks though, I'd say probably Safeco or T-Mobile, where Seattle plays. I've been there a few times. Probably my favorite MLB park.
Nice. You're talking to a big Mariners fan, so you
There you
got
go.
that one. You nailed that one. Let's walk-up song. What's the walk-up song this season, and what went into choosing that song?
I'm gonna do "Animals" again by Nickelback. It's the one I've done it all 4 years here.
Just keep the tradition going.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah.
I feel like there might be a couple fans that look forward to hearing that at the game, so no point in switching. Same number too.
There you go. And then last question for you: what would it mean to you to win a championship with the Mavs?
It would mean everything to me, man. Especially in my last year playing, I feel like I've really found myself as a player and even kind of as a person in Medicine Hat. Being able to play for a guy like Greg Morrison, and you know the freedom that he gives us as players and what he entrusts in us, I definitely feel like I've learned a lot about myself, about the game of baseball, about life, and yeah, I definitely winning the championship would mean everything, especially in my last year of playing college and playing summer ball, like doing it for Greg Morrison and everyone involved too. Like we have fans that show up to every game, just diehard fans, and it's been a little bit since Med Hats won, so yeah, winning it would mean everything.
Awesome. Thanks for your time,
Hey,
man.
no worries, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries.
Good luck tonight too.
Thank you.
We'll take one more break here on the show, and when we come back, we catch up with a major U.S. College Award winner in Simon Baker. This is Alberta Dugout Stories, the podcast.
The road to Okotoks gets you back in that mindset of what's truly important, and that's the name on the front rather than the name on the back.
And you're going to see players get better and better, you know, with this type of championship. A tournament like this will help popularize baseball even more.
I think every scout's going to be able to come and see the best kids from across the country. The aspiration of getting Okotoks and the journey of the road to Okotoks is going to toughen these kids competitively. They're going to understand what it means to play for teammates.
Like, if you want to win something, you got to learn how to work as a team and do it early. So it's going to be really, really huge.
Get your tickets at theroadtookotoks.ca. Welcome back to the show, and we'll put the wraps on it with a catch-up with Simon Baker. He's fresh off cleaning house with awards and recognitions at Cloud County Community College after he hit .404 with 12 doubles, 12 triples, 20 homers, 73 RBI, and 14 stolen bases in just 53 games. He was named the Kansas Jayhawk Community College Conference Player of the Year and an All-Conference West First Team, and shortly after we had this conversation, he was named a National Junior College Athletic Association Division I First Team All-American, becoming the first from Cloud to ever do that. He suited up with the Sylvan Lake Gulls last season, and there was some hope he'd do it again this year, but he's recovering from Tommy John surgery. We get into all the accolades, the surgery, and the next step in his baseball journey. Here is Simon Baker. Simon, welcome back to the show. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Simon Baker, Kansas Jayhawk Community College Player of the Year. How does that sound now that you've had a couple of weeks to let it sink in?
Yeah, it feels really good. It's really nice to be, rewarded for a good season. Really honored to be named MVP of the West, and it was a really good year.
What went through your mind when you found out you were winning it?
Actually, I found I was winning when we were in the conference tournament, so it didn't really hit me till a little bit after. So yeah, it was kind of something I found out and kind of had to put to the side, but we're still, competing in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. You had an unreal campaign. The numbers speak for themselves. How did you feel about the year you had?
Yeah, I feel really good. It was really great to finally get on the field after a rocky start to my college career. But I felt unbelievable. It's probably the most fun I've ever had playing baseball, and I'm really thankful that everything worked out the way it did.
What was key to your success and your performance in your eyes?
Probably the biggest thing to attribute the success to was just, my kind of state of mind during the whole year. I was having fun playing ball, and that's when I'm going to play best. So, yeah, just a great environment and great team, and I was having fun the whole year, and it showed.
Mm-hmm. When you look at the numbers, is there any that really stands out to you? Is there one that you're super proud of when you look back on it?
Yeah, I'm proud of all the numbers, and I guess if I had to pick one out, the home runs are kind of nice total. 20 there. I was never really a big power bat by any means throughout into my career, so it was cool to kind of see that take off a little bit.
What was key in that regard was there something during the off season that clicked for you? Was it a matter of working out a little bit more? What was it that kind of allowed you to find that next step on the power side?
Yeah. Obviously getting bigger, getting in the weight room a little more, and building some more muscle always helps. I also did a lot of swing mechanic stuff in the winter, really getting more bat speed and stuff like that. And, just the combination of that and seeing the field every day, and kind of took off from there. But yeah, is definitely attributed to a good off season, that's for sure.
Is that part of the storyline as well behind the batting average? Because I was talking about it felt like every week during the spring, as far as, hey, he's still flirting with 500. Hey, he's still well over 400. That's not an easy number to attain. So what was it that allowed you to keep getting on the base paths too?
Yeah, it's I came out with a kind of a rocky start, and then I had a really good stretch there, and then I was flirting with like you said, around 500, and I was like, okay, it's nice to have a hot start, but let's finish this off and try and stay above like a good number. But yeah, it never really came down, and then I was seeing the ball the whole year, and yeah, I'm just happy that I could finish off the season as hot as I started it.
Mm-hmm. It wasn't just you either. Cloud had an unreal year. You set the team record in wins for a season, as an example. When you look back on it, what was so special about that squad?
Yeah, we just had a group of guys who are all really bought in, and we all really liked each other. We had a really good team chemistry, and we're all bought into what we wanted to do, and we just went up there and had fun. We had guys with very unique and very plentiful skill sets. I think we had a very talented roster, and and we just went up there and had fun every weekend. And yeah, that's when guys are having fun and playing good, and that's what happens.
What's it like playing for Gilly?
Oh, it's awesome. Gilly's a great coach. He knows the game very well, and he's probably one of the best guys I've ever met in terms of relationships. The guy's really connected, and knows his way around the game very well.
Mm-hmm. I know you fell short of the ultimate goal of JUCO World Series, but when you look back on it, how proud is the team of all that it accomplished?
Yeah, it definitely stings not making it to the JUCO World Series, getting to our end goal. But that sting will go away in a little bit, and then we'll be able to look back and see how good of a team we had and how successful we were, and be proud of that then. But it definitely stings not being able to get to Grand Junction.
Mm-hmm. And now your attention turns to next season, but for you, it's going to take a little bit more work. You're fresh off Tommy John surgery here. Walk us through what happened and how you ended up under the knife.
Yeah, so I originally went to Cloud as a two-way, as a pitcher and an outfielder, and so I was still in a bullpen, and I took my first bullpen back from winter break, and just got a little elbow tightness in one of the pens, and I thought it was nothing. I mean, I haven't had elbow tightness before, but didn't really think too much of it. And then a month later, when it was still hurting, decided to get my MRI. Found out it was torn in March, and the season was already underway, and I didn't play last year, and the season's been going well so far already. So I just decided to finish out the year, knowing that I'd have to get surgery at the end of the year. But it was a great decision, and I'm very glad I did.
Was it tough at all trying to play with the wounded wing?
It was tough at times, that's for sure. I was thankful enough to be able to play about half the season in the outfield when the arm wasn't bugging me too much. But yeah, there were times where I was forced to DH because the arm wasn't there.
Mm-hmm. Was it tough trying to was it tough even hitting the ball at all, or was it just a very specifically for throwing?
Yeah, it really only hurt throwing. Hitting was completely fine. It didn't bother me at all, which is pretty lucky, and awesome being able to still be able to hit.
Yeah, that's incredible given that you played an entire season with, an elbow that is basically hanging by a thread to a certain extent. Was there that sort of attitude attached to it as well as, hey, like, I can't wreck it anymore, so I might as well, ball out for the next couple of months and then we'll go under the knife at that point?
Yeah, that's exactly the thing. Doctor said I couldn't hurt it anymore, and it's like, okay, well, if it doesn't hurt, I might as well do anything I can to help the team.
How has recuperation been to this point, and when can we expect you back in the lineup?
Yeah, so I'm about just over 2 weeks post-op. Wing's feeling pretty good. I'm looking at around a 4-month return to swinging the bat and starting, a throwing program, and then looking at about 9 months till I'm off the mound again. Mm-hmm. So, not too bad of a recovery considering the injury, but yeah, still a long road ahead.
Is there anyone you're leaning on or talking with to help guide you through this process? Because I'm sure you've heard the stories about how patience is a virtue in this situation. You can't try to get too enticed into wanting to do some kind of baseball activity.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people in my life that are helping me out. Of course, my family, they're doing a good job, and I'm going to physio and stuff and getting better that way. But there's in today's game, there's so many guys that's had elbow injuries, surgeries, or whatnot. So they all give me their input and tell me what to expect. And yeah, I really appreciate like that kind of help. And off and going so far on this recovery, but it won't be too long, so I'll hope to be back soon.
How are you spending your time when obviously you're used to playing baseball a lot? What do you do when you're sitting there kind of on the mend?
Yeah, it's been tough, honestly, not being able to do much activity. I'm kind of getting back to being able to do most everyday tasks and kind of doing a little more active stuff, and I can start working out again pretty soon, so that's good. But it's been tough being able to not really do anything. A lot of TV, a lot of television, just sitting around relaxing, which is also nice.
For sure. You're getting yourself ready as well to head to a new school in the fall, Missouri State. Talk us through the ideas and what led you down the path to joining the Bears down the line here.
Yeah, I'm super excited to be at Missouri State next year. I had kind of a wild recruitment there in the fall, and Missouri State just stood out as a program, and the coaches I really like the coaches, and there's a few guys that I'm familiar with down there, and they love the program, and I friends with them and whatnot. So yeah, I'm super excited to go there and hopefully make an impact as soon as I get off this injury here.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any goals or expectations of yourself going in there?
Not specific goals or anything. Obviously, I want to do everything that I can to help the team win and advance myself as a player and help the team get over to the College World Series. Obviously, that's the main goal. But yeah, I mean, whatever happens. But I'm really looking forward to it.
For sure. Final question for you here, Simon. What excites you the most about going down to Missouri State in the fall?
Just being on a new team and meeting, more guys. And yeah, I really like being on a team that, is looking to win and looking to make the most out of their season. And yeah, I'm super excited to get down there and meet all the guys and, kind of form that bond and go win some ball games.
For sure. Well, Simon, congrats on the season that you had and all the accolades you received at Cloud. Wishing you nothing but the best in your recuperation and all the best as you head towards Missouri State. And again, thanks so much for joining us again here on the show.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. I really appreciate it.
Thanks again to Justin Simard, Colton Bank, Johnny Vulcano, and Simon Baker for joining us this week. And thanks to all of you for downloading and listening. If you like this or any other episode, make sure to leave us a rating and review on your app. And don't forget to hit subscribe as we have new episodes dropping every week and probably a few extras with a busy summer upon us. A tip of the cap, as always, to our Platinum supporters for their generosity in helping us tell the game stories in our province. The Okotoks Dogs and Under the Lights Sports and Entertainment have been outstanding in helping us cover costs like web hosting fees and online newspaper subscriptions. For more on our tremendous teammates, head to albertadugoutstories.com/supporters. Until next time, thank you for all of your support online, on social, and on air of Alberta Dugout Stories.